Hey everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs reading today. We're looking at the topic of reconciliation. What's going on with the situation? Is reconciliation going to be possible between you and the person that you wish to reconcile with? For majority of you, this probably will show love connections. But if that for you is a platonic connection, that may be the case as well. So sort of really just depending on you and who you actually want to reconcile with would be what I would advise for watching this video. Okay, but make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well so you can stay up to date with all the videos. Leave me a comment and let me know if there's any particular topics you would like me to look at for you. But today we're going to be using the Autumn Lenormand deck. Timestamps will be in the description box as always. And starting us off today with Aries. Okay, Aries. Aries and the person that Aries wishes to reconcile with. Past, present, future with Aries and the person that they wish to reconcile with. And just clarify the future card for Aries and the person that they wish to reconcile with, please. Okay, so the past energy here, we have the heart coming through Aries. So a lot of love. There was a lot of love, a sense of unconditional love even, romance, all that sort of fun stuff in the past coming through there. That there is it's a strong connection formed in love between yourself and this person, whether that's platonic love or romantic love. The love definitely has been there in the past. We do see the present energy is the bouquet. All right, so that's a very interesting energy for the present energy because it does kind of show me that both of you do really want to give to this connection, but there seems to be an issue about wanting to receive from this connection, okay? Because sometimes this comes through as a very, the one-sided connection kind of stuff. So somebody is feeling as though they're not willing to give unless they're actually receiving. It may actually be both of you. I do feel as though both of you may be willing to give, but you feel as though you need to receive something first. So really very interesting energy. But it does sort of show us, though, that reconciliation in the present moment is kind of possible if we both show each other that we're both willing to give to this reconciliation, to this situation. Okay, there does need to be effort, time, love, energy shown on each side of the situation there. And it kind of does also let us know that if you're willing to take the first steps towards this person, that gifts are your friend here, that giving, showing this person that you're willing to give your time, love, energy, actual gifts is actually really going to hold you in good stead to reconcile this connection here. The future energy, we actually do have the scythe. Okay, so this is very interesting because this is talking about it's kind of going it is kind of giving me like an open-ended question here, because it's kind of showing me, Aries, that this is really kind of up to you what you want to do with this reconciliation situation, because the scythe, it can break us free, but it can also, bring about very sudden, impulsive type change. So you kind of need to decide, do we want to break free from this connection completely, or do we want to bring about the right sort of change and break free from the past energy that has stopped this connection from working? Because do we want to break free from this being one-sided, and are we both willing to give, or do we want to break free from this connection altogether, or are we willing to meet in the middle with this energy here and both give to this, or do we need to break free from this completely? So sudden change, very potential. There is potential here for this to suddenly change. It does feel as though it is dependent on how much each of us are willing to give. Someone needs to kind of make the first move here in order to bring about that change. We do see that clarified by the Lily and the Tower. Okay, so there definitely is a strong potential connection here in the future, because the Lily is a very long-term energy. So, we need to bring about, in the future, we would need to bring about very sudden change towards, emotional intimacy with this person, to be vulnerable and honest and open, and show them a kindness, which, once again, could be a gift. Show them a kindness. It doesn't even need to be a physical gift. It could be, a gift from your heart, a gift of that emotional vulnerability to talk to this person, and let them know, look, I want us to reconcile. We do also see the Tower there clarifying that energy, which does show us that, there is a very strong foundation here between yourself and this person. Sometimes this can talk about, like past life connections, spiritual connections with this person as well, with both the Lily and the Tower there. It kind of can talk about a need to isolate the future, is what I'm hearing there, that to make a sudden impulsive change to isolate the future to become the future that you desire here. So, we're coming from a strong thing here, but it's really dependent on the actions. I feel here, Aries, that it's up to you how you wield this scythe. Are you going to wield this to cut this out of your life completely, or are you going to wield this scythe to harvest a future from this? It's kind of really up to you, I feel, Aries, in this situation. All right, so that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements as well. Subscribe to the channel. We'll move on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus and the person that they wish to reconcile with. Taurus and the person that they wish to reconcile with. Past, present, future for Taurus and the person they wish to reconcile with, please. Past energy here, we have the mice. Okay, so we definitely do see in the past there has been a loss here. It's kind of like a lot of stress involved with that, something that has sort of eaten away at somebody quite heavily in the past here. It does feel as though, the past in the past, it does feel like there's a strong element of this being in the past, and not necessarily in the current energy, that in the past this has taken a big toll on either you or the other person in this situation, Taurus. That it's kind of, eaten away at them in a lot of different ways. I feel as though this is actually, depleted this person in some kind of a way, with the way that they look at themselves and deal with themselves, that this may have actually left this person, losing part of themselves, a sense of self, losing a positive way to look after themselves kind of energy, because the past energy, the present energy, we have the tree. Okay, so this kind of does show us that the present moment, this person is still kind of healing from what's happened in the past here, and this person is still trying to, look after themselves and grow and heal and be a better version of themselves than the version of themselves that just suffered that loss and just sort of, ate away at their energy constantly, sort of energy. It does feel as though this loss in the past, it was pretty significant to this person. It may have been very, very significant to you as well, Taurus, but right now we are just healing, still trying to just grow and learn and be the best version of ourselves for ourselves, like still trying to, gain back what they lost within their own self and self-esteem. There does feel like there's a lot of self-esteem issues that has, been wrung from this situation, this connection. So definitely need to take that on board, that in the present moment, this person is really just finding themselves and looking after themselves, healing still. Okay, the future energy there, we do have the Lily. Okay, so we do see this person, growing and maturing in a really positive kind of way here. This does talk about someone holding very strongly onto their peace and their, their morals, I suppose, too, are coming into play very strongly for this person long term. So unfortunately, Taurus, I do feel as though this is we're looking at a long term. This person is happy to just grow and be a tree kind of energy, that they're not necessarily looking at long term, or it may not be until they're in their very old age sort of energy that reconciliation becomes possible with this person, to be completely honest there. I will just clarify that and just double check for you there, Taurus, but it just feels as though it's taken such a toll on this person that long term, they're choosing their morals, which is ultimately choosing to look after themselves, choosing to be virtuous and remain truthful to themselves. And because, it's a very emotionally charged, like the lily is a very emotionally charged card. So it feels as though, yeah, there's just too many obstacles and burdens and responsibilities. We have the cross and the mountain clarifying that energy. So, it's kind of, there's too many responsibilities and too many, too much of a burden on this person's shoulders to overcome this. So if reconciliation is possible, it is very, very delayed. So it may take a very, very long time in the future before reconciliation is actually possible here. Too much hard work, too many delays involved here, too many blockages involved here on a very emotional level. This person, there is an element here of, destiny and trying to have faith. So, I feel can have faith that, maybe one day this will be able to be reconciled, but it does seem that this person is very, very connected to their own spirituality, in the sense of focusing on their own growth and their own healing, and it feels as though they're needing to do that in a very separate kind of way. There's too many blockages here. I feel that for this to be overcome easily. Okay, Taurus, so I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. You are more than welcome to check your other placements or cross-watch placements there as well. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Gemini. Gemini and the person you wish to reconcile with. Past, present, future energy for Gemini and the person you wish to reconcile with, please. Past energy, we have the bear here. Okay, so in the past, someone may have been a little bit defensive of their boundaries, that this person or yourself may have, had very, very structured boundaries and were very, protective and defensive of those. It does look as though in the past that this connection was quite strong, quite a powerful, it kind of gives that powerful connection of, power couple type energy there, or power twin kind of energy, where, you both are very strong, confident, nurturing people, but, sometimes that can get a little bit, wires crossed, because as soon as there is a perceived, ill there, both of us, do roar and get quite defensive of our own positions and our own boundaries there. So, two very, very strong people that, sometimes when those two people clash, all the claws come out and all that sort of energy. Okay, but it's because you're both so defensive and protective and nurturing type people that has clashed, I feel, for a lot of you there, Gemini. The present energy, we do have the cross. Okay, so this is relatively straightforward. That there is some burdens here. It feels like the burdens are more, connected to the weight that you held on your shoulders from the past, of being so strong and having to be so strong in the past here. So there is a bit of duty and responsibility erring to the past there. But in the present, it does feel more like, you kind of feel like it's destined to reconcile with this person. Which I feel like you're probably right, to be honest, Gemini. It's kind of telling you in the present, you just need to have faith that everything will fall into place when it's supposed to, that there is a sense of fate here, a sense of destiny, that, that in the future we have the rider good news on the way. You know, that I do feel as though for quite a lot of you, reconciliation is actually quite possible soon with this person as well. That may actually be closer than you may think with this person. Um, so definitely seeing that we may decide to sort of get back up on that horse and try this connection again, which very interesting. The rider is a very positive energy. It's very fast moving energy. Changes will happen pretty fast with this connection. So it's all just sort of having faith and trusting that things work out the way that they're supposed to when it comes to this connection. Okay, Gemini, you're more than welcome to check your other placements, cross-watch the person's placements as well. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Cancers. Okay, Cancer and the person they wish to reconcile with. Cancer and the person you wish to reconcile with. Past, present, and future for Cancer. Cancer, this probably happened out of nowhere. The past energy we have there is the scythe. So, it was either an element of breaking free from this connection. So, that for some of you, that was like a toxic connection that you did need to kind of break free from. Whereas others of you, it's just talking about the fact that it happened really suddenly, out of very unexpectedly. There was a break in this connection. Very suddenly things changed kind of overnight, out of nowhere. You weren't expecting that to change so suddenly, or this person to cut you off so suddenly. It does kind of feel like that kind of energy of just being suddenly cut off and blocked and not knowing why. So for a lot of you, that may definitely be the case. We do have in the present energy the rider. Okay, so I do kind of feel as though you are both very muchly in the space currently of being willing to give it a go and get back up on that horse and try again. Good news is on the way. I feel like you may even hear from this person, this week even, to be honest, here, Cancer, that, it's kind of like someone coming in quickly to let you know, Cancer, should we try to reconcile here? In the future energy here, we have the flowers, the bouquet. So both of us wanting to give and receive. It's a reciprocal energy, giving and receiving what we're getting. From this connection, it's giving our time, our love, our energy, and receiving that in return. So this is kind of a kindness, a gift, so to speak. The future is a gift with this person. So I definitely feel as though there may maybe some incoming news quite soon. Just as quickly as they left your life, just as quickly we might reconcile this connection as well, Cancer. So keep me updated. Let me know. But that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. And we'll move on to Leo. Okay, Leo and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Leo and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Okay, Leo, so did this person move away? We have the ship coming through for the past energy there. So that does show us that there's a lot of distance between you and this person. Or for some of you, it may just be that you haven't seen this person for a very long time. Like this person is far in your in the distance, as in, time-wise. For some of you there, it may be that this person has moved away, or you've moved away, or we've moved on with our lives, moved into different journeys in our life. Maybe that's part of what's happened in the past with this person, that some sort of distance has been created between the two of you, whether it's maturity distance, or whether it's physical distance, or whether it's time distance. There is definitely distance here, and it kind of, with the ship there in the past, it does just show me that this is kind of just part of the journey, part of your life experiences, I suppose, that this was kind of destined to go our separate ways at some point there. But it's very, very interesting though, because in the present moment here, we have the mouse. So we do kind of see that this still stresses you out, that we're still feeling that sense of loss, that sense of, oh, it's like, it's a sense of loss there. So even if this was, far removed into the past from your present, that this all happened, you still do feel that loss quite heavily. Feel as though something was maybe taken from you, that, if this person had to move away, that an opportunity was taken from you there. So quite strongly, it's still heavy in your energy, even if it was a long time ago, or a fair distance from you in some kind of a way. There, you still actually hold on to the loss of that quite heavily, which is very interesting, because in the near future here we have the heart coming through, Leo. So there's still, in the future we have love, we have, you know and it's interesting, because love doesn't necessarily talk about seeing the person. It's just about, having love, and like that unconditional love, um for this person, and between you and this person. I do just want to clarify the heart energy for the future position for Leo and the person they wish to reconcile with. There we go. There we go. So we do have the garden clarifying that. So that does sort of let me know that you will meet this person again in the future. The love is still there, strong between the two of you, and we will find a way to meet halfway. So, even if we are at a far distance from each other, we do seem to be able to find a way to meet halfway in the future, and because the love is still there. It's unconditional kind of love. It's there does sort of show us that, there may be a meeting again, in the future with this person, which is very, very interesting considering the energy that we've seen. Normally, I wouldn't expect to see a reconciliation occurring, but with the garden, that definitely, it's a meeting. It's a meeting taking place. So, kind of feels as though it's like, it's a meeting that takes place to work out, if we're going to go anywhere from there, that we're going to compromise and meet in the middle somehow. Pardon me. Sorry, Leo. I have been a little bit sick, so I've got this wonderful cough. Yay for winter in Australia, hey? But that's what we have for you. You may want to cross-watch this person's placements, or check out your other placements. But make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Let me know if there's any specific topics you would like me to look into in the near future. Subscribe, and we'll move on over to our Virgos. And then my pen stops working. Hi, Virgo. How are we? Sorry, I'm just fixing up the timestamps because my pen stopped working. Virgo and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Virgo and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Past, present, future for Virgo and the person they wish to reconcile with, please. Quite an interesting storyline here, Virgo. The past energy we have is the stars. Okay, so in the past, there was a lot of hope and optimism that this connection would be a strong one. This person was, or maybe, could have gone both ways as well, Virgo. It's like they were the person that I wished for. This connection was one that was very, wished for, and had a lot of dream fulfillment connected to that. A lot of, hopes were pinned on that connection in the past there. And then we do see the present energy. We have the coffin. So we are seeing that, there was a very clear ending here in the past, but it kind of also talks here about, the coffin is a death and a rebirth. It's, death is never the end, kind of storyline here, that the ending brings about a new beginning. So because something has ended here in the past, you had a lot of wishes and desires blended up in the past, and then it's come to an end. Is it everything that's come to an end, or do those wishes and desires remain? Are we able to transform those wishes and desires into something brand new? So we do see the rebirth on the other side of that there as well. At the present, we're in the middle of that. In the present, we're right in the middle of, something has ended and something has not yet been reborn. So we're really kind of stuck between two worlds in the present moment here. We're in the middle of the transformation. So if we were to think about it as that transformation being, the caterpillar, the chrysalis, and then the butterfly, we're in the cocoon phase right now. All right, where we've gone to ground, we're turning ourselves to mush so that we can be reborn as a butterfly instead of this caterpillar. So, that's an interesting way to look at it too, that in the past this connection was a caterpillar. It's not yet a butterfly, but in the future we have the butterfly emerges with love. We have the heart. There's a strong unconditional love there. There is definitely love there in the future between yourself and this person. Clarify the heart for Virgo with the future, with the person that they wish to reconcile with, please. Okay, so we do see that's being clarified by the house and the birds. So in the future, we do have a lot of stability and security in the fact that that this person, it's like an unconditional love more so than romantic love. It feels like, family kind of love here, safe and secure love that, they're not going anywhere, that they're going to be there for you, even if it's like, I feel like for a lot of you here that in the past, those wishes and desires were very connected to maybe romance. But it's kind of this energy in the future of it's become something else. It's become family, more so than anything. It seems to be a family type love in the future. So this love does seem to be reconcilable, just maybe in a different kind of way. Like it's a rebirth. It's different. It's different to what it was. The past has ended, and as we move through that transformation, needing to understand that the future may look very different, but it doesn't mean that it's not reconcilable in some kind of a way. It just may be very different to what the past connection was with this person. In the future, it seems to be more family connection rather than, like safe, secure, that, I can rely on this person. I know I can depend, they're dependable. I can talk to this person. And we have the birds there as well, that this is somebody that I can talk to and rely on. And it's like that unconditional kind of love where, this is somebody I can gossip with and chat with and just rely on their opinion and advice. So, the birds does talk a lot about, advice here as well. So, being kind of stable to know that this person will give you, loving advice. They just want, kind of like they just want what's best for you one way or another, in the future, Virgo. But I just don't feel as though it does not feel romantic in the future. So I don't know whether this is somebody that in the past it has been romantic, or for others of you, it's just letting you know that in the future this is something that maybe needs to be thought about more platonically, more family than romantically, if that's resonant for your situation. It's like a new version of something. It's like a totally new version of that connection. I feel like in the past it may have been one thing, but now that we're going through this metamorphosis, the new beginning enables it to be something different altogether. Okay, Virgo, so that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, cross-watch the person's placements as well. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Libra. Okay, Libra. Libra and the person you wish to reconcile with. Libra and the person they wish to reconcile with. Past, present, future for Libra and the person they wish to reconcile with. Quite interesting here, Libra. Sorry, just getting comfortable. Libra, in the past, we have the whip coming through. So there may have been some really big arguments with this person, very argumentative fight type energy. That there may have been some conflict between yourself and this person and the way that we approached this connection in the past. A lot of drama, a lot of tension, all that sort of fun stuff. For some of you, even abuse, I would dare say there as well, abuse of power is coming through, and that's maybe why there was so much conflict in the past between yourself and this person. Sorry, that's just bugging me that sleeve is just not sitting right. I don't know what is going on there. Sorry. In the present moment, we have the star coming through Libra. So you do still have a lot of hope pinned on this reconciliation, on this relationship. We do still have a lot of, there's a certain dream or desire that you have that would be possible with this connection. That you're wanting some sort of achievement with this connection. There is definitely, coming from a lot of conflict and pain and, arguments and stuff that, for some of you, the thing that you're wanting is just validation, I suppose, for some of you here as well. That's the wish, is that you just want reconciliation to validate that you were right. So just be very wary of that kind of energy. I am picking that up for someone there. For some of you, it's kind of like there is an element here with your wishes too of self-sabotage that you, like I said, with the idea of, you just wanting some sort of vindication or to know that you were right kind of thing about this person. And that's why you're sort of wishing for this reconciliation. Just for some of you, it's kind of like you're not necessarily coming at it from the best kind of direction, because it is like a little bit of a self-sabotage type energy coming through here as well, that you're wishing for a reconciliation with this person because you want to sabotage yourself by, giving yourself more pain, more hurt, because, a lot of you sort of really know that intuitively that there's a lot of emotional pain, hurt connected to this, a lot of, fighting and drama and trouble and tension and punishment kind of energy. And so you're kind of wishing for that a little bit, self-sabotagey, like trying to hurt yourself emotionally, even though you're not maybe consciously aware that that's why you're wanting this reconciliation. But just be aware of that as well. The future energy here, we do have the moon, so there is a lot of emotions in the future. There is a very intuitive aspect there as well, subconscious stuff. Like I said, there is some subconscious stuff in the future about this connection, very connected to, what you're actually wishing. So for those of you who are wishing for this connection to be renewed, you do need to maybe ask yourself about, being very emotionally honest with yourself about, do I want this renewed? Is that actually the right thing for this to be renewed? Or is that actually another way to hurt myself more by going through this all over again kind of thing? Just clarify the moon energy for Libra. We have the fox and then the heart coming through here. So, this is a little bit interesting because it does tell me that the fox energy here, the subconscious thing is that you are just trying to survive here and you are just trying to look out for yourself, number one. But it's also, it means that you may actually be playing some games here, that you may actually be being a little bit selfish about what you actually want here. Is it really truly the right thing? If you're coming from a place of love for yourself and for this connection, I wouldn't see the fox. Okay, the fox is, kind of like, I'm kind of getting this energy of like you want this person to hurt the way that they hurt you. And it's kind of this energy of like, I wish for a chance to reconcile with this person so that I can hurt them the way that they hurt me. So you kind of, there is an element here of, wanting to play games a little bit here, to be a little bit selfish and see this person hurt as much as you were hurt in the past. So be very wary of that energy. We need to love ourselves is the priority in the future here. That your subconscious is trying to warn you off this, because it's kind of that, it's giving me that phrase, play silly games, win silly prizes. That you're actually going to end up hurting yourself more than anything. All right, that even if it does end up hurting this person, it's going to hurt you again too. All right, so that if around and find out kind of energy, that you don't want to do that to yourself. It's going to break your heart even more in the future if you are approaching this any way other than truly, honestly, from a love and love for yourself. Okay, if you approach this with anything other than love for this person and love for yourself, you're going to hurt yourself more. Okay, so just be very careful with that, Libra. You are more than welcome to check your other placements or cross-watch this person's placements as well. And we'll move on to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Scorpio and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Past, present, future. Clarify the future energy for Scorpio and the person that they wish to reconcile with. Interesting. Pardon me. In the past, here we've got the Star. So somebody in this connection in the past had some high hopes for this connection. This is like, that they were wishing for you, or you were wishing for them, that they were everything you thought you wished for. And, there was some high hopes pinned on each other, I feel, in the past here. That, there was a lot of, maybe you found inspiration from this person. Maybe this person, for some of you, you each dreamed about each other in a way as well, like whether that be actual dreamed about each other, or this person was like the person of your dreams kind of thing. There's a strong element of that there in the past, that, that you kind of, there was a sense of wish fulfillment. And I kind of feel that for someone here too, that this was like, this person is too good to be true, because they're exactly what I dreamed for. So of course, that, every little thing that's not quite right leads to this not being, not matching my dreams. So maybe that had part to do with what's happened between yourself and this person here as well, that they just had such high expectations, or you had such high expectations, that the second that somebody in reality doesn't match the dream, that, that becomes, significant problems. In the present energy, we do have the Fish. Okay, so both seem to be very focused on just material at the moment, getting your money sorted, focusing on anything other than each other. It feels like just trying to really focus on, oh, there's other fish in the sea. Maybe I'm going to go look at these other fish and see what else is around, and more so focused on financial stuff at the moment, very focused on the material world, and getting yourself into a spot where you're happy with financially and all those sorts of things. Because we're trying to avoid emotions. Sometimes it feels like with that Fish energy, it's about avoiding the emotional connection to life, where we're focusing on the material connection to life and just focusing on work and money and things like that, rather than allowing ourselves to see that the things that we wished for in the past. In the future here, Scorpio, we do have the Woman coming through. So there is a strong feminine energy there in the future. very nurturing, kind of loving, emotional kind of connection in the future between yourself and this person is kind of destined, fated between yourself and this person. Um, there may be some duties or responsibilities. It's kind of because, when I see the cross and the woman together, quite a lot of the time that shows me that somebody is a mother. So you or this person may have quite a lot of, responsibilities already, as a mother role, or not to genderize, but it could be that sort of connection in some sort of way where they're taking on that duty of caring for somebody else. So you or this person may be, that may be part of your real world, is that you're having to spend a lot of time caring for somebody else, which, it does put an extra weight on somebody's shoulders here. But there does seem to be a strong sense of fate and destiny between yourself and this person, that this connection in the future will sort of, some sort of adventure will start here. We have the ship there, that any distance between yourself and this person, you know, it does feel like the distance will be closed, right? Or that we because sometimes the ship can talk about, moving away, but from each other, or distancing from this connection. But I actually feel that with the cross and the feminine there, that nurturing the distance um, together does seem to be quite strong here. That there may actually be some sort of togetherness together on this journey, rather than separation. Can I just clarify for Scorpio here, is that togetherness on this journey or separation on this journey, please? I think that's pretty self-explanatory, Scorpio. Journey towards love between yourself and this person. And nurturing love between yourself and this person, a journey, a journey and a destination of love between yourself and this person, whether it's a romantic thing or a platonic thing. Okay. And there is just one or two of you where this is actually, it's all just part of the journey, finding love for yourself, especially if you're a feminine, especially if you're a mother. Okay, for those of you who you're the mother role there, this may actually be a journey towards, love for yourself, rather than strictly having anything to even do with this actual person. Okay. For some of you, it's got more to do with love for yourself. But money does seem to be the priority right now. Moving towards love, that this was all part of, the destined path, plan for this connection. So it's kind of a little bit ambiguous there, I'm aware, but you may want to, cross-watch this person's placements, or, check out one of your other strong placements there as well, Scorpio, just to give you, an extra layer of information to that. But that's what we have for you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sagittarius and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Sagittarius and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Past, present, future for Sagittarius and the person you wish to reconcile with. I'm getting a pretty clear, straightforward answer here, Sagittarius. In the past, we have the masculine energy. There was a lot of chaos, war. That does feel a little bit like that unevolved masculine, which can be a little bit, there's chaos, there's war, there's no emotions being recognized here, that there's a lack of emotions. It's someone being very, trying to be logical and rational, but they're coming from a very, it does feel like a very controlling, possessive type energy. So there was just a bit of just feels like chaos between the two of you here, because somebody was, maybe being a little bit possessive, controlling, maybe not really taking into account the emotions of the situation, and it caused, you know, whatever's led to this need for reconciliation between the two of you. In the present moment, we do have the tree. We're both trying to heal and grow and learn, mature, you know, with our own selves, focus on ourselves for a little while there. You know, and then in the future here, Sagittarius, we have the mice. Okay, so this is lost. I hate to be so blunt about it, but seeing the mouse in the future position here for a potential, you know, conversation about a reconciliation, the mouse talks about a loss. It talks about the past. So, you know, this is lost to the past. This is, you know, you may feel as though, you know, a future has been taken away from you here because this is lost to you. This is completely lost to you, unfortunately. There's, you know, it looks as though there's, you know, it may still stress you out at times. It may still eat away at your energy a little bit here and there, but it does feel as though the potential for reconciliation has been lost already. Okay, so like I said, very straightforward. Hopefully, you know, I'm very sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Capricorn and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Past, present, and future energy for Capricorn and the person you wish to reconcile with. Taking myself out of the collective, please. For Capricorn collective and the person that they wish to reconcile with. Okay, so what we're seeing here in the past is the moon. Okay, so there was probably a very strong spiritual, intuitive kind of connection here. But we also do see that there was a lot of emotions that, you know, especially with the moon there in the past, it's kind of like you both triggered each other. You know, your emotions were triggered by that person's emotions. And, you know, we both had very sensitive emotions that were very, very triggered by each other. So there was a lot of emotions in play in the past between yourself and this person. You know, regardless of the sort of spiritual connection between the two of you. In the present moment here, we do see the mice. So, you know, in the present, we are feeling as though this is lost to the past. It may still sort of eat away at us. And, you know, those late night thoughts still on this person, it may still sort of eat away at our energy a little bit here. You know, but we do kind of have this sensation in the present that this is lost to the past, that this opportunity was taken from us, that we lost this person, that's lost to us kind of energy there, which is very interesting to see that in the future we have the sun. Okay, so the sun is kind of definitely in opposition to the moon energy there as well, where the sun talks about happiness in the future here with this connection, with reconciliation with this person. So something comes to light in the future that enables reconciliation between yourself and this person, and that there is a lot of happiness to be had in the future. So I don't know how we go from the mouse energy to the sun energy, but that's a pretty big jump. Clarify the sun energy for Capricorn in the future position for reconciliation with this person, please. It's not lying. If we want to put it that way, we have the house and the dog coming through there as well. So in the future, we have a lot of stability. We have a sense of home. We have a sense of, you know, bonded companionship. We have friendship. We have loyalty. We have understanding and compassion for each other in the future there with that dog energy there. We have, you know, home is where the heart is. You know, we have a home. We have the family pet. We have happiness. It's once again, I still don't know how we get from our present energy to that future energy, but that's what's happening in the future energy, is that this all comes to light, that stability, security, friendship, loyalty, happiness. So, you know, there may be some personal epiphanies happening for either yourself or this person. I just want to check here. Capricorn, is it Capricorn needing to take, you know, what happens in between the mouse and the sun? Who takes action between the mouse and the sun, please, for Capricorn and this person they wish to reconcile with? What's going on there? Who is that? Someone takes a chance to communicate. We have the communication card. We have the clover saying that someone's taking a risk, a gamble. We have the card of healing and self-growth and learning and healing and growing. So someone takes an opportunity here to let the other one know, look, I've learned, I've healed, I've grown. You know, I want to take a gamble. I want to invest in this connection. It doesn't want to tell me whether that's you needing to take action or this person, Capricorn, but obviously there is definitely potential for reconciliation there. It's just kind of leaving me with like, how on earth does that even happen? How do we get from this to that? It kind of doesn't make sense, but something happens there. Something comes to light that makes it possible. Okay, Capricorn, you're more than welcome to check your other placements, or you know, maybe cross-watch this person's placements to see what's going on their side of things. But that's what we have for you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Aquarius and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Past, present, future for Aquarius and the person they wish to reconcile with, please. For a lot of you, this may be a relatively recent kind of energy, because in the past here, we do have the Rider coming through as the past energy, and that's usually a very quick kind of energy. I do feel as though for a lot of you, it's kind of this energy of you found something out, some sort of news was delivered to you that has led to the present, so that they do feel very, very closely connected, though, that this is very, you know, this Rider is not far away at all. It's only just sort of happened kind of energy, and it's led to this moon energy in the present. Pardon. So whatever this news you found out, it led to you being very emotionally sensitive right here, right now, that there's a lot of emotions going on for you right here, right now. I do feel as though for a lot of you, there is a lot subconsciously to be sort of flipped through, like on a subconscious level. There's a lot of subconscious emotions you're still needing to process a little bit here with this situation. Your intuition is, you know, I feel like for a lot of you too, you do feel as though this is a very, there's a lot of movement to this situation, that it's not over yet. Your intuition is probably right. The future energy we have is the Garden, which does show us a meeting taking place, that there is going to be, you know, some sort of coming together between yourself and this person to maybe, you know, either closure or to work this out, or, you know, meeting up with this person, going on a date with this person, meeting, you know, some sort of, it feels like a meeting face-to-face kind of thing. Clarify the Garden energy for Aquarius and the person they wish to reconcile with. It will continue those emotions, but it's we have the Woman and the Book. Okay, so I feel like that's in reference to you, because we're seeing the moon for your energy, and the moon is the feminine energy. Then we're seeing, you know, reference to the woman in the future, that the feminine energy, the emotional charged side of the situation in the future. You know, we may meet and try to meet in the middle, try to compromise with this person, because there's more to learn. With the book here, there's more to learn about this situation. There may be still some answers that you're seeking about this situation, and it's kind of really up to the feminine energy, which would be you, Aquarius, regardless of your gender. I'm reading your energy as the feminine energy. It's kind of really up to you and the knowledge that you gain from this meeting, as to whether this is a meeting for closure or for reconciliation. I do feel that for some of you, that next chapter is, that's it, closing the book on this connection, and that's like a closure thing. Whereas for others of you, you're choosing to, you know, now that I know all this information, we're choosing to embrace a brand new chapter and start afresh kind of thing. So it's for some of you it's going, you know, one way, and for others of you it's going the other. But it will be up to you, I feel. And it depends on the information that needs to come to light. You don't yet know the whole story. I feel there's some knowledge that needs to be given to you before you can make that decision about whether this is closure or reconciliation that is occurring next for you with this connection. Okay, Aquarius, you're more than welcome to check your other placements or cross-watch this person's placements as well. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we'll move on to Pisces. Pisces and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Pisces and the person that you wish to reconcile with. Past, present, future for Pisces and the person that they wish to reconcile. Seeing a lot of movement here, Pisces. Just clarify the present energy. Is that incoming, or I do feel like it's incoming. Okay, thank you. Just clarify the past energy for Pisces. We've got the garden in the past here, Pisces, showing that there was some sort of meeting or an event that took place. So we're wanting to clarify that. Why is the garden important for the past energy of Pisces and this person that they wish to reconcile with, please? We have the birds and the masculine clarifying that. So there was some gossip or rumors that made the logical choice for somebody within this connection to close the connection. But it was actually to do with gossip or rumors, or, you know, someone thought they were doing the right thing. Someone thought that they were making doing the best thing for themselves by trusting the gossip or the rumor, trusting somebody else's little chitter chatter, you know, little birdie told me kind of stuff. So something's happened here. So that it kind of feels like this person met up with somebody and there was some sort of gossip or chitter chatter that made them think that the rational thing to do was to close off this connection with you, Pisces. So for some of you, it's kind of a situation where they met somebody else and that they thought that was the logical choice to go with. And for others of you, it was a gossip or a rumor that they heard amongst the social group or friends or something like that you may not even know about, that, Pisces. Because it does feel that with the garden there and then the birds as well, there's too many people there. The garden is a very social card. So it's like too many friendship group or too many opinions. You know, they got bad advice from someone, and that made them think that the logical thing for them to do was to, you know, walk away from this connection with you, Pisces. The current energy, I have already clarified as to whether that's incoming, and it's incoming communication, Pisces. We have the letter there. So whether that's a call, a text, seeing this person in person, I do feel for a lot of you it may actually be, in person. For some of you, this person literally shows up at your door, because the future energy, which is actually very, very soon, this is very, very quick energy, okay? This is good news on the way. So I do feel as though the present and the future are very, very closely linked here, to the point where, you know, for some of you, you may actually be hearing from this person within the week. All right. Communication incoming, inbound, good news. Good news, Pisces. I want to reconcile this connection with you. It feels very straightforward. Is there anything else Pisces needs to know in regard to the present and future energy of reconciliation with this person, please? Pretty self-explanatory, yeah? Ready to try again. You know, I still love you, Pisces. Unconditional love. Whether this is friend, family member, you know, platonic connection or romantic connection, unconditional love. It's like I never stop loving you, Pisces. Like I listened to some bad advice and took some bad advice, and it took me on a journey in life, but now I'm coming back in to tell you that, you know, I've always loved you, and I will always love you, Pisces. Interesting. There you go. That's what we have for you. Let me know, Pisces. I like to hear all the goss. You know, I'm this little birdie that likes the little chitter chatter gossip. Let me know. Let me know when they show up. All right, but that's what we've got for you. You are more than welcome to cross-watch this person's placements, or you know, check out your other placements as well. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.